Heading up to the peninsula that will connect us directly to Cedar Point. Hooray!
We're on the causeway.
We are on the causeway, although I don't think this is technically a causeway because it doesn't. Is that what it said?
Did you see the sign?
I did not see the sign. Did not see the sign.
It's a causeway.
So does that mean that it floods regularly?
Could.
Huh. Well, anyways, there's America's Rock and Roller Coast. Right over there.
In the lake.
There's, I believe there's 18 roller coasters, or at least what they count as 18 roller coasters at Cedar Point. And we are looking to fill out the final 2 credits for us, which are the Cedar Creek Mine Ride and Wicked Twister today. So we came out here yesterday. Yesterday was a Saturday, and it was our intention to just come out and walk around, and because let me tell you, I've been out here a few times, and you've been out here once, and every time I've been out here, and the time that you came out here as well, we were here on Saturdays.
And it was slammed.
Yeah, just slammed. I mean, 2-hour waits for rides slammed, you know. And so we came out here and said, oh, well, we'll just, you know, walk around, take some pictures for our Instagram account, Off of the Tracks Reviews. Make sure you follow us. And we walked in and walked right onto a ride. We did pretty well yesterday.
The app said it was a 30-minute wait, and
it was a solid 0-minute wait.
Yeah, we literally walked on. It was Raptor, for those of you wondering. But yeah, it was pretty great.
Yeah.
And we didn't wait longer than an hour for anything.
No, we waited about 45 minutes for Valraven, which is the newest ride here. Dive coaster. And if you've not seen our Griffin vlog, go check it out. You'll find it listed below.
The reason it's, for those of you that don't know, the reason we did a Griffin vlog is because Valraven overtook its record when it opened in May.
Yeah, the Griffin was the tallest dive coaster in North America, and now Valraven is.
Yeah.
By 10 feet on the drop.
Honestly, pretty much the same ride. The 0G roll at the end is a nice added bonus. But yeah, it's just like Griffin's big brother.
But like, you know, like sort of big brother. Like,
sort of, like
maybe like Griffin's twin, who was
his
born
Irish
first.
twin. His Irish twin, maybe.
What's an Irish twin?
It's babies that are less than a year apart, I think, or like 9 months apart.
Oh.
So, cranking them out.
Oh, I get it. It's a racist joke.
Stop.
Those are okay here on Off the Tracks Reviews.
No, they're not.
Got any other ones you want to crank out over there?
I like Ireland.
Oh my God.
Hello. Fine, thank you.
Maybe you could tell some of your jokes to the attendant here.
Thank you so much.
So yesterday when we got here, we were confused, and the parking attendants waved us on. Just kept. Sorry, I'm putting my pass back into my wallet here. So the parking attendants continued to wave us on and just kept saying go, 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 and we just kept passing
like,
parking
okay.
attendant after attendant after
Believe
attendant,
you.
and we ended up on the other side of the island where the water park is.
We looped all the way around.
Yeah.
Are we about to do that again?
I don't. He's telling us to go.
Shit.
Oh, he's wait. So.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, go straight. Thank you. So,
I don't know if I'm supposed to do that.
I don't care, honestly, at this point. Let's just park the damn car. Because
they're doing it too. Okay, I don't feel so bad now.
well, I mean, the thing is that we ended up, you know, losing like half an hour yesterday.
Because we drove all the way around to the hotel.
Yeah, so if you know Cedar Point at all, yeah, we were on the side of Hotel Breakers, way on the other side of the park.
I'm gonna just stop right here. 33B.
33B. That's where we are.
I read it on your arm.
Yeah. So just a couple of points of interest before we roll out of here. So over here is Top Thrill Dragster. That's the tallest one. There in the center of the screen. 427 feet at the crest. I don't know if you can see the train going over. Yeah, there he is. And then directly next to it, the red one, is it red?
It's kind of a burnt orange.
Yeah, is Val Raven, so you can see that drop. It is about 10 feet taller on the drop than Griffin. And then there's Millennium Force just over here. And over here at the gate is Gatekeeper, which is a wing coaster. We rode that yesterday as well.
Yep.
And there is a tower, a watchtower in the middle of the parking lot that looks an awful lot like the supports on Millennium Force. Made that joke yesterday.
No, you made that joke about the power tower.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a power tower. Yeah. not this.
Like power lines.
Power tower, but yeah. Power lines that were out next to Longhorn Steakhouse where we had supper. And before we go in, also I want to point something out that we had 2 really great rides yesterday on the oldest ride here, called Blue Streak.
Yep.
I think it's like 50 feet tall or something.
It's not very tall and it's not very fast, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Well, although when we were riding around on a wild goose chase trying to find the parking lot, yesterday we did see them evacuating one of the trains off the lift hill.
Yeah.
It had stopped, but by the time we got into the park, it had reopened, and it was fun. We rode in the front and the back.
Yeah.
It's old. It's gonna whip you around, but it was fun.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, it's gonna smack your butt a lot. But that butt is gonna be out of the seat a lot, especially if you ride in the front. That's where I think we had the best ride.
Yeah, I agree. It was a lot rougher in the back.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, anyways, we're gonna head on in, and we'll pick it up inside. Hooray!
Yay!
So something that I've tested out since I tested out at Kings Island and here at Cedar Point with the new apps, or the new style apps, the updates I mean to say, you can load your pass onto the app itself and you don't need to have your actual physical pass to either park or to check in.
So it's on your phone,
yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, which is pretty convenient.
It shows you your great picture, which
yes.
I think we talked about in the Kings
I think we did talk about that, but just in case, go back to the...
This is what I look like.
It's really pretty great. Check out our Instagram account sometime around the 24th of June, and you'll see an excellent picture. It's worth your time, trust me on this. Anyway, so we are here in the main midway, and most of the time in main midways we can't film because of all the music that's playing, that's copywritten and all that crap.
I'm checking out ride times, wait times.
So the app has proven to be what apps usually are, and not terribly reliable with ride times, but hey, we're gonna check them out anyway.
Wicked Twister's only a 5-minute wait according to this.
Really?
So
time to get that credit.
Oh yeah.
So Wicked Twister is this yellow thing over here. It's I think it's like a quintuple launch.
I don't know.
I think it's got 5 launches. And it is exactly what it looks like. You launch forward and you spiral up and backwards and spiral up and forward and spiral up and backward and spiral up and then forwards again.
Oh, can I mention something? So we've gotten, not criticism, advice, in that we should have POVs on our vlog. Speaking of going back and forth,
Right.
But we don't have a GoPro, and the goal is to get a GoPro, but right now we can't afford one. So I think what I'm going to do when I upload the videos is when we go on a ride, I'm going to add a link to another video like Coaster Force Theme Park Review to just the YouTube description, and I'll put them in the description too, so people can see what the ride actually is until we get a GoPro. I thought that was worth mentioning.
Yeah, and you know, part of that also is that since we don't have a lot of the same notoriety as other parks have,
yeah.
We don't have special clearance or anything like that. So you know, if you want to see us if you want to come ride with us on the rides, make sure you share our videos. Make sure you link us on your Facebook walls. Feel free to repost our pictures and any other way that you'd be
just give
inclined.
credit. That's all we ask.
Yeah, I mean, I think that goes without saying. But But anyways, you know, that's all that's just to say that, you know, the more notoriety that we can get on these videos, the more likely we can bring you things like POV footage and all that. And, you know, maybe at some point we'll be able to afford a GoPro. We can strap it onto my manly chest here.
Oh boy.
Of course, then you'd be covering up my pretty sweet Fury shirt.
Yep.
My manly chest.
Okay. These are way faster than Busch Gardens.
So we are on the Sky Buckets, and you know, I've said before that one of my favorite places in any park to get photos is from the Sky Buckets, and I'm going to share with you all exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, this is Raptor here. So yesterday we walked straight up onto this puppy.
Yeah,
Like, there sure is, but we knew we were in for a treat yesterday when we walked up and saw that this was just wide open. So we've got Blue Streak right over here, and then beyond this is Val Raven. I'm hoping that you can hear me pretty clearly. The wind is blowing pretty good. So Cedar Point is on technically a peninsula connected by a causeway or an isthmus, and over on this side you can see this is, I believe this. No, I think this is the south side over here. There's Wicked Twister there. We're going past it in Gatekeeper. Someone's nervous, Nelly.
Oh, there was a hole. I got scared.
Then over here is one of the oldest rides in the park. It's one of the closest to the ground, Corkscrew, which is an aerodynamics ride, and one of the first to go upside down, if not the first to go upside down, in a corkscrew fashion at least.
We rode it yesterday.
Yeah.
And living up to that Aero legacy.
It beat us up pretty good. But anyway, so here's Val Raven. Very pretty looking ride. Beyond it over there is Millennium Force and Rougarou. Formerly Mantis, which was a standing coaster. Now Rougarou has floorless trains.
I like that one. That was pretty fun.
I thought it was good. Really bumpy. You know you're in for a treat when there are signs up that say, "Please remove your earrings."
Yeah.
And here we are, back into the station. So we came out with the Sky Buckets just over here, and we're walking through the midway where Corkscrew flies right over. And we are right next to Iron Dragon, which became our third suspended coaster we rode just yesterday. But fear not, Big Bad Wolf, this bad boy is not going to take your place.
I think you said I felt like I could do needlework on that ride, and I would agree.
Yeah.
Not the highest of thrill factors, but still fun.
It was fun. I think honestly the most fun for me was spying some of their Halloween decorations down below in a trail that they must have up during Halloween season. So,
yeah.
But I know we said just a minute ago we were going over towards Wicked Twister, but we're going to give that a minute, and I think we're going to head over towards the Cedar Creek Mine ride. We're in the back of the park where we didn't go yesterday.
Yep.
So we're going to head out over this way.
And probably work our way forward.
Yeah. Oh, this will be fun. Whoa! What are their heads doing right now?
Huh?
What are their heads doing right now?
That's an actual reenactment.
That is. So as we're making our way to the back of the park, I would be remiss if we did not film this bad boy. This is Top Thrill Dragster. And, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, it is one thing to watch this thing on film, but the experience on this is unlike anything else. We managed...
We lucked out yesterday.
Yeah, we managed to get on after it had been down for a quick maintenance issue.
Yeah, we had gotten in line and then they said, oh, it's closed because there's a problem. So we got out of line, we did some other stuff, and then we walked right back in right when it reopened. So
yeah.
We waited maybe 15, 20 minutes.
So this thing takes off at 120 miles an hour. Watch this. anticipation is. Okay, so it slightly rolls back because that's where the cable light flashes in. And off it goes. Up, cresting at 420 some odd feet. And then back down. And that's the whole ride. But man, what a ride.
Yeah, should we tell them what happened?
So
not only were we able to walk up and get on after like a 20-minute wait, but we rode in the front at dusk. That's when the gnats come out. So we got off the ride and our faces had tons of gnats stuck to them.
Not just stuck, splatted.
It was gross. Yeah, we killed a lot of gnats yesterday just because of this ride, but it was fun. So sorry, gnats.
Yeah. If you look at the front of the cars, man, they were just covered with these gnats. And this is the first time I've ever ridden on the front of this. And I'll tell you what, we talk about on Fury how your eyelids flap. Like, when we got up to speed on this thing, I couldn't even open my eyes. So I don't remember if I actually even said the name of the ride just a few minutes ago. This is Top Thrill Dragster. And you can see here we're getting close to the tower. And just for a sense of scale, you can see where we were was beyond where those bleachers are, where people sit to watch the train take off. So we were on the other side of those bleachers just a moment ago. And they've got little markers here on the side marking how fast you're going at any given point. So you start off at 25, and that's like 0.2 seconds, 75, 100, 120 miles an hour, and then you end up, here they come. Whoosh! Oh my God!
I never think it's gonna crest the top.
Yeah, I know.
I always think it's gonna be a rollback.
Yeah, every time it slows down up there. I believe, I mean, just based off my own observation on the ride, that there are some brakes up top that'll slow it down once it gets up there. So.
Well, we watched a behind-the-scenes video of it. Somebody went on the behind-the-scenes tours, and he said that it can adjust the speed of the launch and the I don't remember 100% sure, but it does have some control over. You're not just flying up there.
Yeah, he was saying that it adjusts the speed of the launch, and also that you can trick the machine.
Yeah, you can trick the machine into creating a rollback.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember the first time standing over here and looking up at this thing. It is intimidating to see. Here it comes again.
The total ride experience is like 17 seconds.
Yeah.
And the first time I rode it, we waited like 2 hours. And I was like, never again.
Yeah.
Because I just, waiting in line that long is just not something I am interested in doing.
Yeah, but
last night we lucked out and it looks like we might get lucky again today.
The wait time on this right now is 15 minutes.
Which is kind of unheard of.
At least by our experiences here, unheard of, yeah. So.
Right.
What do you think though? I mean, what is too long to wait for a ride? You know, there were some people waiting for a flying dinosaur in was it Japan, right? When it opened up earlier this year, they were waiting like 8 hours.
Or just Frozen ride.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, the new Frozen ride, people were waiting
5 hours.
5 hours.
Not worth it. I'm sorry.
So, you know, for me, you know, waiting 2 hours for something I've never done before, you know, it's a unique experience.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
okay.
And that's kind of why we hopped in the line for Valerie even yesterday.
It's a new ride.
It's a new ride. The wait wasn't incredibly long, and we didn't know what we were going to be in for today, so we waited probably 45 minutes for it, which is not bad. I'm not complaining about that at all. But would I wait 3 hours to ride Valerie even? No. Will we wait in that line again today? Probably not, just because it's almost the same as Griffin.
Almost.
I mean, it does have unique aspects, and I think I mentioned before, I really like the zero-G roll at the end, and the dive loop was different, but And I know that's probably a very anti-coaster nerd thing for me to say, but I don't want to wait in line for it again.
So take that, those of you arguing with us at home.
No.
We will kill you and
Timmy.
your family. Timmy, we're coming for you. Anyways, I'm gonna snap some photos of this while we're here. Check out the Instagram. Hear that? I hope you can hear that hilarious whizzing sound over here. Beautiful. That's the back of the sign there, but we are here for a quick stop at Magnum XL 200. Another arrow for Caitlin, yay!
I've ridden this before.
Yeah, we've ridden this before, but this is the first roller coaster in the world to break 200 feet. And it opened 1989. And you can imagine standing in this queue house. Woo!
We stood in this queue house last time.
We did. I think it came up to about right here. Yeah, when we stood in this last time. But not today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going straight up to this puppy. One of the things that I like most about this ride is that to me, and I think for many people, these trains just look like the late 80s. They sit heavy on top of the track, and it is a beautiful sight. We have a friend who at one time used to work at this park, and she told us about Magnum nights, where they would go and buy cans of Magnum.
No, they drink Magnums of beer.
Right.
I thought it was the size.
No. Magnum is the brand.
Oh.
It's high gravity malt liquor.
I misunderstood you, Amy.
And anyway, so they drink Magnums and get on Magnum. You'll notice that we're riding up towards the front. That's for our benefit. If you're getting on aero coasters, generally towards the front is not going to be as rough as in the back.
Yeah.
But take a look at this train as it comes around the bend over here.
Thank you for joining us for the Cedar at Cedar Point.
Yeah, look at that baby.
You want to do the very front?
Sure. You want to ride in the very front, my sweet? Yes. Oh yeah. Let's do it. Oh look, there's Top Throw Dragster.
So glad that's not us.
So y'all, let's just go ahead and point this out. So it was sitting up there on the track. Cedar Fair, especially here at Cedar Point.
They mean business when they say no cell phones on the ride. They will stop your train. And they did that to us yesterday on Corkscrew.
Yep. Did it to us on Corkscrew?
Well, not to us. We didn't have our phones out, but other people did. So they just stopped the train.
Yeah, and just did it right here on Magnum too. Boy, I'll tell you what, Aero's reputation holds firm.
Oh my god.
So there's a lap bar on this ride that came, there's a seatbelt and there's a lap bar that comes across right here. And man, oh man,
yeah.
I'm gonna have some bruises.
Well, I like flew up in my seat and then ended up scooting down, so my butt was more towards the edge of the seat, and it was getting me right here. And that was
right where? What?
Stop it. Anyway.
She's very upset. So here's a good shot of the 80s rifficness of these cars. Oh man, look at that. Looking good. It's a fun ride. And you get there's some great airtime up front.
Those restraints though.
Yeah, that's bad news. That's the first time, I think that's probably the first time I've ridden anywhere near the front. I think every time I've ridden this.
I think that's the first time I've ridden it with you, because I think I sat with Joe when we were here last time.
Yeah. But, you know what holds up? And we tip our hat to the former world record holder.
Yep. It's an ACE landmark too, by the way.
Yes, it is.
American Coaster Enthusiasts. They have 29 rides that are landmarks, and this is one of them.
All right, so let's go see what else we can get into. So, y'all saw we had to wait just a minute ago when we got up to the front, and of course we waited for the front of the line, but pretty much every other car when we got off was a walk-up. That's a good sign for us.
That's a good sign for us, but it's also a bad sign for the ride.
That's true, you know.
It tells you, it's the same thing with Loch Ness. There's almost never a line for Loch Ness.
Yeah, everything has a shelf life. However, you know, part of this though is, and I'm not waving my finger at you. I'm just saying. However, part of this though is that what really helps, I think, some of these old rides that otherwise would have gone past their shelf life is this American Coaster Enthusiast or ACE landmark status. There's only 29 in the whole country, and it helps preserve some of these old rides that I think otherwise may have been torn down.
Yeah, I would say, and I think that this ride in particular, and I think Loch Ness, I think they also hold a certain level of sentimentality for the people that go to the parks on a regular basis.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that.
That's the only reason I think Loch Ness is still standing. Plus, it's the only interlocking loop coaster, but operating interlocking loop coaster.
I think when it comes down to it, it's those two novelties that really are what keeping these guys.
Yeah, and that's why they're landmarks too.
Yeah.
Let's face it, that's why they have the status.
Because people love them.
People love them, and they were groundbreakers in their day.
Yep. But onward and upward.
To the mine train.
Right, Top Throw Dragster?
Yeah, right.
So speaking of 80s-rific, we are here over at Gemini. I know we keep getting sidetracked, but when the queues look like this, you know, it's
hard to pass up.
Yeah. So this, I think, is probably my favorite racing coaster that I've ever been on. Not only does it have steel track and is a little bit smoother than some of the old wooden rides, it actually races very well. And by which I mean, you know, a lot of times on the old wooden racers, sometimes you actually end up racing the other train and sometimes you don't. And it really is a disappointment when you don't. But on this one, you every time I've ridden it, which is all of twice, I think, I have actually ended up racing. But every time I've seen it running, which is significantly more, it races. And of course, you know, it takes into account the fact that there's an outside track and an inside track and, you know, all the way down to the end. So this should be lots of fun. And it's got a cool little loading station up here that you can see. Hello. So you see it splits up here and you choose your side. So we rode red last time. What do you say we ride blue this time? Sounds good. Let's sit, if we sit off the wheel, like in the middle of one of these, we should be all right. Oh, good idea. We'll sit, no, you're good. So Caitlin and I often choose to sit in the front of these cars. Not from any affinity for the front of the ride, but more for the fact that there's a lot more leg room.
I'm 5'11", and Robert's 6'1", so it's a thing.
Yeah. Anyways, this should be lots of fun. All right, so we're heading out of Gemini. That was fun.
Night and day between the two. Between Magnum and Gemini. I mean, I really...
Oh yeah, between Magnum and Gemini, yeah, they're different manufacturers, aren't they?
No.
Oh, they're both Aero?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, totally different. Totally different. Very smooth. And one of the really cool factors about this particular ride, I don't think I mentioned it a short time ago, is that if you sit on the interior of the trains, that is if you sit on the loading side of either one of the trains, then there are high five turns. You can reach out and high five the people that are out next to you as you go by, and it makes just for a really cool and fun experience.
Yep.
It's exactly what, it's the exact same thing that Rocky Mountain Construction was doing with Twisted Colossus out at Six Flags Magic Mountain, where they had the trains turn, you know, they're called high five turns, or something along those lines at least. And it makes for a really fun experience. Although you can't really high five on those because you're going way too fast.
No, it's an arm.
Yeah. We are here at the Cedar Creek Mine ride with a mostly empty queue house. Ready for another ride. Is this Aero too?
I think so.
We are just having an Aeropalooza. Chiropractors, please leave your number below. Here we go. You need an ice pack for your thigh, yeah. All right, we're gonna hop on. Yay! Make sure that you're clicking the links for our POV footage. It's not ours, it's not gonna be ours. It's gonna be from probably from Coaster Force or a theme park review. We want to give those guys credit for their filming. Yeah, take a look at that. That was fun. Not quite as jerky as a lot of mine rides are.
Not at all.
I'll tell you what, of the 3 arrows that we just rode, Magnum was definitely the roughest.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Good times. And I mean, like, you can get a real good sense of the history of this park right here. Right over here you've got what I call the Hanson cars, what Caitlin refers to generally as the Le Mans cars, little old-timey cars. And then right here you've got a mine train that's still in pretty good shape. And then over here you've got a splash boat ride with Millennium Force sticking up right behind it. And then, to really give you a sense of the history of the place, what do we got here, Caitlin?
A museum.
It's a museum! Not only do we work in a museum, we are both museum people.
So we're gonna go in. Plus, air conditioning.
Yeah, it'll be air conditioned inside. That'll be nice.
I hope. For the sake of the artifact.
Here it is. I knew this was here. The Gemini car. Hop in, Bubs. Yeah. Whee! High five, high five. Ding, ding, ding.
I guess on the ridge.
Yeah, on the red train would be the other side, yeah. But that's all right. Yeah. So this doesn't have any restraints on it, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No. Yeah, I was gonna show you, because see on these, what they have on the rides is they have a seatbelt that comes across right here, and then there's a black padded restraint that's just click, 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 click down. And when you hit those airtime hills, you are gonna feel it in your legs.
Here they are.
Whoa! Good ride. And here comes the train. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh. We decided not to wait for Maverick because it was over an hour. So we're gonna go on Mean Streak and
Yeah. Chances are pretty good we'll be here later, like significantly later.
Yeah.
So we'll wait for the sun to wane a little bit. Let me go stay in that queue house. Toot toot. So, just over here behind the train is another bone rattler. Mean Streak. And this is the one we saw a model of just a few minutes ago in the museum.
Thank you for waiting and enjoy your day at Cedar Point.
So, this old gal, Kayla and I have both been on her, and she's not that old, but she's aged pretty rough. And it makes for just some bone rattling rides. So you can believe that we're gonna try and stay to the front of this train, but it says it's coming down. Let's follow her around. Whoosh. I don't know where she went. Here we go. There she goes. I mean, it's an immense ride. It's the biggest wooden roller coaster I've ever seen. But this is the one that they are talking about doing the Rocky Mountain reboot on. So.
sorry guys, I'm adjusting my bobby pins.
How's that hairspray holding up?
Not great.
It's doing all right.
So, just to explain that comment, I have very fuzzy, humidity, anti-friendly hair. So it looks like cotton candy when it's real hot outside, and last night I forgot to put hairspray in, so by the end of the evening I looked a mess.
She looked fine. She looked like she's been riding roller coasters all day. All right. Now, I watched a video recently from another blog/vlog that we follow called. I don't know if you can see that kid's shirt. It said "King the freaking cow." So, anyways, they were talking about some orange markers on wooden beams that have been placed here by Rocky Mountain Construction. By the way, the name of that blog/vlog is In the Loop. They also have a podcast that we listen to when we go. Yeah, pretty entertaining and makes for good time killer on long road trips like the ones that we were on. So, oh, there you go. Yeah, so you can see the over here these orange markers. I found it. You can see them. Get a sense of the size of this thing. It's big. I'm sure it was a huge investment too. So I'd keep the camera running, but the queue is just a lot more of this. So I'm gonna cut it off. So in classic Robert Luck, we caught the train tracks on the way over and we caught the train tracks on the way back. So we're just gonna hang out here in this nice little shaded spot for a second. What'd you think of Mean Streak?
That was fun. I don't remember it being that fun the last time.
Yeah.
We were in the front and it was not terribly rough at all.
No, we were in the very front. Chalk that up as a surprise for the day that we rode Mean Streak and it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad at all. Magnum was far worse.
Oh yeah, there's no question
Way
about
worse.
that. Yeah. The only thing about Mean Streak that I will say is it's sort of like they decided they were going to build on this plot of land, and then someone said, well, let's make it the tallest wooden roller coaster we can. And then all of a sudden they were like, well, we're not going to be able to put the necessary infrastructure under all this and fill in the space. So you actually are finished with a ride that what feels like, I mean, it's a long ride, but like as far as space is concerned under the ride, you see that's them coming in right there. And it just kind of feels like it's over for no reason all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Not a lot of dipping inside the beams, not a lot of head choppers on that ride. You know, I would even go so far as hesitate to call that a cyclone style ride, just because you're not really going in and out of the beams a lot. Just a little bit.
No, but it's still fun.
No, still fun, yeah. So there you go. Come to ride Mean Streak, right in the front.
Yeah.
Got a little petting zoo over here. Want to go pet the animals?
Yeah, but no.
Okay. We're pretty thirsty, so we're gonna see if we can't get into Millennium
We
Forest.
left our dumb cup in the car because it's such a pain in the butt, but now we're like, must have water.
Yeah. So, you know, the cup is a good investment, but just be aware that you can't even take it into the line on a lot of the rides here. And some of the rides now have boxes where you can only put shoes.
Yeah, they are milking that locker rental money.
So what I think would be cool is if you could just purchase a locker for the day, right? If you drop $10, you get a locker for the day, and you could transfer it from locker to locker.
Spartans does that. We never do it because we don't really take a lot of stuff with us when we go.
Right.
But something like that now, today, would be lovely.
Yeah. But anyways, so you know, we never really spend all day at parks. That's not really our MO. So what we do on trips like this is we come out in the morning, hang out for a while, leave, go get something to eat, sleep for an hour or so, and then come back. So we will.
In the evening when it's cooler.
Yep. Miss out on the hot part of the day. Call us Southerners. We just when the hot weather hits or hot,
from the heat.
yeah, when the hot weather hits, we just stay away from it. And here is the moneymaker. Millennium Force. Voted best roller coaster, or best steel coaster in the world from like its premiere in 2000 to 2015. So it's got quite a streak going. And the queue is just over here. You can see how short it is. Hello.
Are you able to use down the ride?
Yes, thank you.
Got it. Thanks.
So the last time that we were here, this line didn't take up this queue, but it started up here at this next one, beyond this fan right here, all the way up to the ramp. And it looks like we are right at the ramp.
Awesome.
That's good stuff. So, you know, we talk a lot about how Fury, in my personal opinion, I think I can speak for Caitlin on this, that Fury's a better ride. But the reason that we talk about it being a better ride than this, because this is the gold standard for a long time. It's a really good ride. And it looks like we're getting over here at the ramp. So we just got off of Millennium Force and we waited maybe 20 minutes to get on, maybe 20 minutes. That's easily the shortest time I've ever waited for this particular ride. And you know, nothing wrong with this ride. It's beautiful, it's fast, and it is mean. Unrelenting and incredible overbank turns. You come down off of this lift hill, and then it's a cable lift, by the way, so it's a super fast lift hill up over the top, and it's a free fall 300 feet down. And then the next thing is you go up and into an overbank turn where you're not quite upside down, but you are looking down at the ground as you come around. And it wraps up with I mean, there's a bunch of overbank turns, but even wraps up with one right here. So, you know, how's that water?
Oh, it's good. I gave up.
Everything you ever wanted, huh? Yeah, we're gonna go out to the car and, you know, probably go grab something quick to eat, get refreshed a little bit, and come back out here when it's cooler. But you know, we talk about how Fury should be given the new throne as the best steel coaster, at least the ones that we've ridden, and I hold strong on that. But you know, I have nothing but good things to say about Millennium Force. Yeah. The only thing that I would say is that it's starting to show its age a little bit. It rattles some, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, nothing serious, but
Nothing crazy.
you can hear it going ding a ding a ding a ding back and forth. But a beautiful ride, beautiful view over Lake Erie. Deserves, you know, to have sat up top for as long as it has. But once again, I think it has been dethroned. But we're gonna take some time now and go out to the car. Like I said, head back to the hotel for a little bit, probably lie down, and we'll be back out here this evening. So we will see you then.